inside joke, and you're not supposed to talk about inside. For those of you like me who haven't memorized your itinerary, my name is Dan and I'm the best man. I would like to start by complimenting the bride on what an amazing job she's done creating this and organizing this beautiful. Greg would like to thank Melanie for asking him to not do a single thing to prepare for this day, except show up. Good job, man. On behalf of both Greg and Melanie, I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for making the trek down here. They appreciate that it may have not been easy taking off of work, leaving the kids behind, and coming to Key West in paradise. I consider it a great privilege to be asked by Greg to be his best man. I am fully aware Greg had many options when making this most important selection. Any one of these fine gentlemen you see seated here today would have been able to fulfill the duties with class, respect, intelligence, poise, and humor. Fortunately for me, Melanie informed Greg none of these qualities were required for the appointment. And instead, Greg should choose his best-looking man. I've known Greg for over 15 years now. A long stretch of that time we lived together on Berkeley Avenue in Drexel Hill. So it goes without saying I've seen Greg in some of his finer moments. After much deliberation, however, I came to the conclusion many of the great stories are not fit for public consumption. And so it is with much disappointment and despair, I am unable to elaborate on the time Greg mistook the hamper for a toilet. The time Greg's back razor on a stick broke. And he came to me and said, Dan, I need a favor. The time the FBI questioned me, wrongfully accusing Greg and AJ of masterminding a terrorist plot. Or the time he submerged his Jeep in the creek at the end of our street while four-wheeling alone. Donnie owns that Jeep now. He didn't check the Carfax. Or the time, as a teenager, while experimenting with gasoline-soaked tampons, Greg burnt down his parents' garage. Peggy does not know about that. If everyone could please note her face and the shock and realization at the fire marshal's incorrect determination as to the source of that blaze. But I digress. Throughout the years, Greg has proven himself to not only be a great friend, but a brother, through good times and bad. I can honestly tell you there's nothing I wouldn't do for him, and at the same time, I know there's nothing he wouldn't do for me. I value my friendship with him, and I look forward to having the same great friendship with his new bride. I know one important thing about Melanie. I know one thing about that girl. She has made Greg happier than I've ever seen him. He's as giddy as a schoolgirl around him. And although generally public displays of affection disgust me, I'm going to give you two a pass for the weekend. Now, if everyone would please raise their glass and join me in wishing my very best and lifelong friend and his bride.
That was probably the best.
May all your days be spent in paradise. You certainly started out on the right foot. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Dan. So Dan, if you would pass the mic over to